share button, hit that follow and subscribe button. Let's get it, baby. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as we are back in action here again this evening as the Friday Night Lights, the Dirt Clash Super Street Series is about to get underway. These drivers are getting ready to rock and roll here this evening as Ty Dickinson, Sweet Tea himself, coming in with that heart reaction. Rough Road coming in with that like on the stream. And Mama Bear coming in, showing the love right out of the get-go. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, as a brand new month, a brand new time to strive here on Peacemaker Gaming. Is Papa Mike now coming in, showing the love as well with the heart reaction here on the broadcast, coming in, showing the big love as November is finally here. New goals, new everything for us here on Peacemaker Gaming. As Mama Bear says, hello, my boy Aaron. Hello, Mama Bear. Hello, Mama Bear. How are you? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful Friday as these drivers get ready to rock and roll. They get ready to rumble here at the beautiful Bristol Motor Speedway on dirt. Starting on the pole in the 57 ride, it is the DWR iRacing iFlag JRE machine. That is Jim Revis. He was outside in the 21. That is Eddie Farnes. And then we see the number 41. That is Eric L'Oreal. Who's outside in the 2020 ride. It's the Mad Dog Chassis ride, the Sexton Paint and Body ride of Jeremy Sexton. And then we see Philip Sexton and Dustin Benton bringing up the rear of the field here in heat race number 1 is quickly Jim Revis on the loud pedal, looking to try to open up a bit of a gap between himself and Eddie Farnes. Farnes trying to stick right there with him as Dustin Benton trying to work himself up into position number 3 on the speedway, already into position number 4 and looking for more as he's got Philip Sexton right there behind him. The Mad Dog himself, the Tommy Gun Customs 2020 ride of Philip Sexton. I'm loving the paint schemes here for both Philip and Jeremy, both rocking a little bit different paint schemes, both running some pretty fresh, slick skins out there on the speedway with that 2020 ride of Philip Sexton looking beautiful in the purple out there on the speedway. Another purple ride is our race leader, the iRacing iFlag DWR machine of Jim Revis. Revis continues to lead the way. Revis out in front, gonna try to show these drivers how to get it done here in heat race number 1 as he's looking to hold off Eddie Farnes and Jeremy Sexton, Dustin Benton, Philip Sexton, and Eric L'Oreal back there in the 6th position here in heat race number 1. Mama Bear says, come on, Jim Revis. And Michael Scott Spencer says, Michael in the house. Let's go, Michael. Michael in the house. Yes, Sirski, as Jim Revis leads the way here in this one from the beautiful dirt track at Charlotte. The iRacing iFlag DWR JRE machine at the front of the field, clicking these laps off, looking to try to put himself into the prime position here for our main feature event, knowing that if he can have a good run and keep this top spot here in this heat race, he could work himself straight on through to the main feature event, and that could give him that pole position, the very important pole position when it comes down to a racetrack that could be pretty locked down towards the bottom middle side of the speedway. And to be able to have that prime spot out in front of the field, it's all up to you to keep these drivers back there at bay. And right now he's getting a good look at it. He's getting a great feel of what he may have to do as Eddie Farnes sticking right there with him. Only about a car length between them here, less than that now. Out at quarter number 2 is Jim Revis trying to hang on to this race lead, but Farnes right there in position number 2. He's ready to make some moves. He's ready to try to put this DOA machine, the DOA Pro Wrestling McCord Trucking ride into his top spot. As he rolls right there, seems like he gets better runs down through 1 and 2 than Jim does. Jim seems to be a little bit better through corner 3 and 4, but the DOA machine, the Farnes ride, gonna try to take a peek down low, looking to see if he can try to work his way around our race leader and into the race lead. Now, he may be able to get there, but trying to make that pass, it's gonna get tough. It's gonna get very tight here at the front of the field, trying to make that move, trying to find a way around our race leader here this afternoon. As Jim can easily move up or down on the racetrack, trying to block him off, pinch him off, kill that run. As this is a very momentum-style racetrack, so if anything happens between either of our top two competitors out there on the racetrack, Jeremy Sexton's going to be there in a quick hurry. Dustin Benton still sitting back there in position number 4. Philip Sexton there in 5th. And Eric L'Oreal bringing up the rear of the field as the white flag has been displayed. And here you go, a move down low. Eddie Furness looking for the race lead, door to door, out of corner number 2. Door to door, still down into 3. Jim Revis looking for the big run here on the outside. He's going to drag race back to the start-finish line. It's Jim Revis picking up heat race win number 1 here this afternoon. Eddie Furness will have to settle in for a very close second place finish as Jeremy Sexton, Dustin Benton, Philip Sexton, and Eric L'Oreal round out our field there in heat race number 1. Wowzers, what a run, what a drive right there. Michael says, how about them LA Dodgers? Listen, brother, good team, good team. I mean, when you spend hundreds of millions and billions of dollars, I mean, you want to be one of those teams that's consistently in the running for a World Series. And I mean, hey, it all pays off for them here this year. Obviously going out getting Shohei, having Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman and so many good hitters and good, pitchers as well. I mean, definitely built themselves a hell of a team. And congratulations there to the beautiful LA Dodgers. But yeah, a lot of money that they're going to have to be paying to the MLB and salary cap fines and everything else. As we're going to get ready here for the Ty and Bryce show here in this one. This one is full of Tys and Tylers and one Brycey Bear out there on the Speedway. And starting on the pole here in heat race number 2 in the 8 ride, the Tommy Gun Customs with Julius A Speed Shop ride of Tyler Jackson as Tyler Brickford there to his outside in the Wilson Motorsports ride. Starting in position number 3 in the TNT Racing Amsoil ride, that's the 2 of Ty Ralph. And then we see Bryce Dickinson and Ty Dickinson there in 4th and 5th, both sporting those E&D Farm 618 engraving and designs rides out there on the Speedway. The pair of Peacemaker Racing rides, the beautiful Papa Mike promotion machines back here in that 4th and 5th position. As where have Keith Hackney been? Keith has been kind of, he's been a little bit not AFK, I would say, from the racing sim, but unfortunately for Hackney, he's not in this series, and unfortunately for Hackney, we only really see him now on our Wednesday night mini stock series. They missed this week after him and Jamie Massey going down to Charlotte for the World Finals there for racing. So they're down there at the dirt track at Charlotte right now, getting ready to duke it out for Mr. Massey and helping out in the pits. So unfortunately, that's where Hackney and them have been. And Hackney, I don't know, man, he's been kind of bouncing all over the place. A little bit of pavement, a little bit of dirt here and there. Not a whole lot of leads for the 69K machine. Is out in front. Tyler Jackson, he's looking to pick right up where he left off, out in front of the field as T-Jack continues to lead the way, but Ty Ralph sticking right there on his back bumper. Ty Ralph not letting him run away with this one, keeping that pressure there to his back bumper as Bryce Dickinson now into position number 3. He's right there ready to strike as well as Brycey Bear into that 3rd spot on the Speedway. Ty Dickinson there in 4th, and Tyler Brickford rounding out our top 5 here on the Speedway. As my boy Ron Zerk, Mr. Zerk, coming and show the big love here in this one. Says, hope everyone is having an awesome evening. Good luck, guys. Ron, my boy, coming in showing the big love. I appreciate that, brother, coming in dropping the 45-star bomb. The big D of the day in the first donator here in November. The first big D of November here coming in is Mr. Ron Zerk with the 45-star bomb here this afternoon. Is Tyler Jackson and Ty Ralph continue to battle here at the front of the field. Both drivers duking it out here in this one, but you do see the 2 ride starting to open up that door down low, looking to try to make the move. He goes for the slide job there over the 8 of Tyler Jackson. Jackson gonna settle back in here to position number 2 as out in front, that TNT Racing Amsoil number 2 ride taking the race lead away from Tyler Jackson. Not usually you see T-Jack getting beat out there on the Speedway, especially when it's so hammered down, but we'll have to wait and see if T-Jack can try to battle back here in this one. As Michael says, the National 100 is going on at East Alabama this weekend. Oh, baby, the National 100. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a good show. Good luck, Mr. Jackson, number 8, and all the DWR guys. Johnny Nolan coming in, showing the love here for all of his fellow DWR drivers here this afternoon. Johnny coming in with that like on the stream as well. Played for Cheats and Craig Michael Deacon also coming in with the reactions here on the broadcast as Ty Ralph continues to lead the way. Ty Ralph out in front, T-Jack there in second. Bryce Dickinson there in third with Ty Dickinson back in position number 4 and looking for more. He'll have one more lap around to try to hunt down our top 3, and same with that 0-7 to Tyler Brickford, who brings up the rear of the field. But Ty Ralph looking to try to pick up heat race win number 2. One last ditch effort here for Tyler Jackson down low. A little contact, door to door, down across the line. It's T-Jack. Tyler Jackson snagging the win back away from Ty Ralph. Ralph left the door open and Tyler Jackson filled it in a quick hurry and took advantage of that one. Man, what a run and what a drive right there as our top 3 do advance straight on through to the A main. Everybody else is going to get ready here for a consolation race. So this is going to be 5 drivers. All 5 will make it into the show. Nobody's going to go home early. They're all going to get an opportunity to race here this afternoon, but this will set the stage for our A main feature event, and this will get kind of everybody into the same rhythm, same everything out there, and trying to get some of these drivers a little deeper in the field. That extra little bit of time on the Speedway, that little extra time to try to work on their cars, work on their strategy, and see how they got to tackle this afternoon's feature event. As Dustin Benton and the Peacemaker Gaming, Throttle Down Motorsports, Precision Auto Bodies, the Big D Machine, the WP Great Designs ride will start in that top spot. To his outside in the E&D Farm 618 Engraving and Designs, Papa Mike Promotion, Sweet Tea Gang, Peacemaker Racing Team number 67. That is Ty Dickinson. The Tommy Gun Customs Doghouse Racing, beautiful number 2020 ride. That is Philip Sexton to his outside. The Wilson Motorsports 07 of Tyler Brickford and Eric L'Oreal going to bring up the rear of the field here in the 41 machine. And out in front quickly, it is Dustin Benton who takes that early race lead. He's looking to try to build that advantage in a quick hurry, looking to try to clear not only that 67 to Ty Dickinson, but that 2020 of Philip Sexton. As Sexton trying to work down low underneath of that Sweet Tea Gang ride. As Ty Dickinson looking to try to hang on to position number 2 is the Klefty Style number 67 ride. Farms machine trying to hang on to that second spot here on the Speedway. Looking to keep Philip Sexton, Tyler Brickford back there behind him, as this will set the stage for the rounding out our top. That is Justin James Young, my boy Justin, coming in with the heart reaction here in this one. Says, hi, I'd like for the Dickinsons to win, please. Thanks. And listen, brother, if I could do it, I would do it, but unfortunately, you know, it's down to them. It's down to the boys out there on the Speedway. Ty and Bryce, they got to step up. They got to put themselves into the right position at the right time and maybe put themselves into the winner's circle. Now, I don't think that's going to be an unreasonable question mark here on the afternoon. I think both drivers are going to have a pretty good run, pretty good shot at potentially picking up the dub here this afternoon. As Justin coming in with a big bomb here in this one, we get a new Big D of the day. Justin Young coming in with the 111 star dono, coming in big flexing here on this one. The Big D of the day going to Justin Young, and so far the Big D of November as well for Mr. Young, coming in showing the big love is Gage Hutchinson coming in with the like on the stream, coming in showing the love here in this one. It's door to door here at the front of the field. Dustin Benton's been trying to hang on to this race lead, but Philip Sexton now working down low, looking to try to take it away. A little contact, into the wall goes Dustin Benton. Benton down the racetrack now trying to hang on to it. Unfortunately, goes from the race lead now all the way back into position position number 4 and gonna be looking for more once again. As the Big D machine slides all the way back to the 4th position as the 2020 of Philip Sexton trying to clear him. They were out at corner number 2. Unfortunately, wasn't quite clear. Gets a little bit of a tap into the front end of that 34 line and puts Dustin Benton into the outside fence. A heartbreaker there for the 34 line. As Philip Sexton will now be our B main leader here this afternoon. Ty Dickinson trying to hunt him back down, and here comes that 07 of Tyler Brickford. Brickford looking down low underneath of this 67 machine, and Eric L'Oreal back there in position number 4. Dustin Benton taking his ride down pit side. Heavy right front damage there for that number 34, so he'll take that car pit side. He will start at the rear of the field. It's Ralph Ty coming in, showing the love here in this one with the heart reaction. How are you, Mr. Ralph? Ty coming home with a big run. I thought you had that second heat race in the bag there, brother. Unfortunately, coming up just a couple inches shy. Left that door open for Tyler Jackson to jump up and steal that heat race win away from you. But man, oh man, that was a close one right there for you, man. That was a very good effort, a very close call, and almost a big heat race win for you here this afternoon. But, man, that was a heck of a run, a heck of a drive here by each and every one of those drivers in the heat races. Now we're seeing some great racing here in our feature event, as well as these drivers continuing to battle out there on the Speedway. Each and every one of them looking for a good starting spot, a better starting spot here in this feature event, as that's what's on the line here for these competitors out there on the racetrack right now during this main consolation race. Is that big absolute question mark on where can you finish, where can you start here for our main feature event. You don't have to worry too much about anything else. You know you're already into the show, but it's you know, give it all you got. Try to help yourself out here for that feature event, and that's exactly what Philip Sexton's trying to do as he sees that white flag fly. So one more time around here for Philip Sexton, as Sexton has a comfortable gap between himself, Ty Dickinson, and Tyler Brickford. Brickford going to take one shot down low underneath that 67 as Philip Sexton will pick up that B main win. Ty Dickinson there in position number 2 with Tyler Brickford, Eric L'Oreal, and Dustin Benton rounding out our B main finishing order here this afternoon. That means these drivers are going to get loaded into the sim, each and every one of them looking for the win here in this one, as our A main feature event is just about to get underway. It's just about to get started here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You came here for a show. Well, here you go, as these drivers will all jump out onto the racetrack here. A quick warm-up session, build a little heat into these cars, make sure they knock the rust off, make sure they kind of get their, you know, bearings underneath of them here. Maybe work this track in a little bit more, trying to make it a little bit slicker and a little tougher here for these drivers, as we're going to get ready to set them loose here this afternoon for the A main feature event. Tyrell says, I was working as hard as I could, brother. I don't doubt it, man. You were definitely turning a big wheel out there on the Speedway, trying to keep those drivers at bay, brother. It was a heck of a run, heck of a thrilling finish there to finish off our second heat race of the day. As Black Phoenix, my boy Black Phoenix, coming in, showing the love as well, smashing that thumbs up here on the broadcast. I appreciate that, brother, coming in, showing the love here in this one, as we'll get these drivers ready to rock and roll. We'll get ready to go to battle here in just a few more moments. We'll get ready to set these drivers loose as they're out there on the Speedway right now, getting a couple laps in here, making sure they are ready to rock and roll. And that means we're going to get ready to rock and roll up here in the broadcast booth as well. We're going to get a quick break in, and we're going to get a quick drink in, and then we're going to come back here with our A main feature event in just a little bit, as we get these drivers ready to be set loose in just a couple more moments.
Engine roars, dirt fires, dust in my eyes. Adrenaline hits fast, life blurs spinning past. Bleachers packed, cheering loud, revving engines proud. raging hearts, dark nights, racers chasing lights. Friday night, fight the night, tires, body, grip and tight. Victory slip in sights, under the lights we ignite. Under the lights we ignite.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You guys came here for a show. Well, here you go, as we're going to get these drivers ready to rock and roll here this afternoon from the beautiful Bristol Motor Speedway here on dirt. As our warm-up session coming to a close, T-Jack says it was a 0.000 on that heat race finish. Absolutely tied at the line, and they just barely gave it to Tyler Jackson. Went down to the 4th decimal point to give up that win in heat race number 2. That is a tight heat race finish, and we may be in for a treat here, and maybe the same finish here in heat or in our feature event, as these drivers are going to get ready to rock and roll. They're going to get ready to go to battle here this afternoon, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Is starting on the pole in the number 57 ride, that is Jim Revis. Revis will start here in that pole position, so Jim will be out in front to see this green flag fly first here this afternoon. To his outside is the 2 ride, that is Tyrell. Looks like they're actually going to be giving the heat race win. iRacing giving the heat race win here. Let's double check it. Let's go to our iRacing results. Heat race number 2, they're giving that heat race number 2 win to Tyrell. SDK had it as Tyler Jackson, but it is Tyrell picking up that heat race win here this afternoon, as Eddie Farnes will start there in that 3rd position. Tyler Jackson will start back in position number 4. And then we see Jeremy Sexton, Bryce Dickinson, Philip Sexton, Ty Dickinson, Tyler Brickford, Dustin Benton, and Eric L'Oreal bringing up the rear of the field as 11 drivers battling it out here this afternoon for the Dirt Clash Super Street Series Friday Night Lights. Eddie Farnes quickly down low, looking to try to take this race lead away instantly from that 57 to Jim Revis. Revis, though, able to hang on and lead that first lap here this afternoon, as Jim works the extreme high side, the 21 down low. Now, I do believe that inside lane, especially as this racetrack continues to get more wear and tear on it, continues to get slicker and slicker, that inside lane will be that preferred line, as you do see Eddie Farnes now here able to jump up and take that race lead away from Jim Revis. Revis still up the racetrack now, has Tyrell working down to his inside as well, looking to try to work himself into position number 2 in that 2 ride. As my dad, Ben Bebo. Dad, how are you? Coming in, showing the love here in this one. Ben Bebo coming in with that like on the stream. How are you, Father? How you doing this evening? As Eddie Farnes out in front, continuing to lead the way. Tyrell now into second as Jim Revis slides back to position number 3, and he's at risk of maybe going back to 4th, as here comes T-Jack, Tyler Jackson, working down to his inside. Tyler Jackson down low, looking to try to make the move around the 57 ride, trying to work that Majula St. Speed Shop machine inside the top 3. Bryce Dickinson, Brycey Bear there in position number 5. Here on the Speedways, he's got a pair of Sextons right there behind him. Philip Sexton, Jeremy Sexton, the pair of 2020 rides right there in that 6 and 7 spot, trying to work their way inside the top 5 here on the evening. Tyler Brickford back there in the 8th position with Ty Dickinson in that Bella's Bullies 618 Engraving and Designs, the E&D Farms right there in the 9th position, with Dustin Benton back here in the 10th spot, Eric L'Oreal back here in 11th. Now the big question is going to be tire management. Will the tires become a major factor, especially later in this race when these drivers kind of got those, 20, 30, 40 laps worth of wear and tear on these tires? Are the savings of some of these other drivers deeper in the field, is it going to pay off for them? As we do see these two at the front of the field continue to hammer down pretty hard out there on the speedway. As Justin Young over there on YouTube says, "Go Dickinsons, go!" Woo! He says, "Woo!" Yes, Sirski cheering on both the Dickinson lads out there on the speedway. Now that's going to be the big question here: the tire wear, the tire conservation, and how you can kind of keep yourself in a decent spot for track position. And when you go, when you put that hammer down, when is enough waiting? If we don't see a caution flag, you need to try to make your way towards the front of the field and have enough time to make the passes around these drivers in front of you. So there's a time where, wait and maybe try to play it a little safe, keep those tires underneath you, may become a big thing, as you do see Tyrell going down low. He will jump up and take this race lead away from Eddie Farnes. Farnes, though, not done with him yet. Going to work back down low as Farnes looking to try to take this race lead back away as the two. Tyrell out in front. Ralph leading the way here in this one. Farnes there in second, though, continue to work down to his inside. A little contact as they're rubbing and scrubbing elbows up in fenders flaring out here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Ralph is going to get a little bit more contact. Look out, almost goes around. Here comes Tyler Jackson. Jackson right there ready to poke his nose in this fight at the front of the field, as T-Jack now looking to the outside of the 21 of Eddie Farnes for position number 2 here on the speedway. Bryce Dickinson right there behind him. He's ready to pounce as well, as the E&D Farms Papa Mike Promotions number 84 ride. They're in position number 4 and looking for more, and they're on the speedway. Jeremy Sexton rounding out our top 5 is a great battle brewing back here for that 6th position, as the 07 and Tyler Brickford trying to jump up and take it away from Jim Revis. Revis trying to hang on to position number 6, going to cross him over and quickly work back down low on him, as door to door right there behind him. Philip Sexton and Ty Dickinson battling here for that 9th and 8th position on the speedway. They got Dustin Benton, the big D machine, right there behind him, is Dustin rolling back here in position number 10 on the speedway. But out in front, it's Tyrell who leads the way. Ralph out in front. Tyler Jackson there in second. Eddie Farnes there in third. They're all nose to tail here inside the top 3 on the speedway after already a quick 15 laps on the speedway. As Justin says, we got some honeycut going on. Oh baby, some honeycut going on. I don't know what that means. I don't know what honeycut means. You may have to elaborate on that one just ever so slightly, brother. As we do see some great racing out there on the racetrack. I'm not sure what honeycut means, but we do see some great racing out here. As Ryan Howard, my boy Ryan, coming in, showing the love as well with the like on the stream. How are you, Mr. Howard? Howard coming in, showing the big love with that like on the stream. How are you, brother? How you doing this evening? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful day, as Tyrell out in front looking to try to pick up this checkered flag. Tyler Jackson right there on his back bumper. Eddie Farnes there in position number 3, as Bryce Dickinson there in position number 4 and looking for more on the speedway. As Farnes trying to work back down low underneath of Tyler Jackson. Jackson just keeping this car pinned up there on the high side. Going to keep on rolling, getting that outside lane momentum, and able to hang on to position number 2 here on the speedway. Bryce Dickinson slowly but surely starting to work his way into this fight here at the front of the field, and if they don't be careful, here comes the rest of them. Jeremy Sexton in that 5th position right there, ready to bounce, ready to join that fight at the front of the field. So isn't Tyler Brickford, Jim Revis, and Dustin Benton. Is Benton now into the 8th position as Philip Sexton, Ty Dickinson, and Eric L'Oreal bringing up the rear of the field. It's out in front, the 2 right, Ty Ralph looking to try to keep himself here in front and trying to keep all these drivers back there at bay. Now, it was down to iRacing to make the call here for the start of this feature event. They gave that heat race win to the 2-ride of Tyrell, so Ralph started in position number 2, where Tyler Jackson started right there behind him in that 4th spot on the Speedway. After they came home 0-0-0 across the board for that second heat race, they were absolutely tied at the line. iRacing given the win to the 2-ride of Tyrell, who was the race leader before that final lap in heat race number 2, and now he's looking to try to take full advantage of it, but he's got to hang on and hold off Tyler Jackson once again. T-Jack lost that heat race by nothing out there on the Speedway. 0.000 across the board there between these two at the front of the field in heat race number 2. Will we see that same finish, or will we see one of them jumping out in front and pulling away from the rest of the pack? As now it's a 5-car battle here at the front of the field, as Tyler Jackson trying to hang on to this race lead as he's just able to take it away from Tyrell. Ralph continue to work down low as the 21 of Eddie Farnes slides up the racetrack over the nose there of Bryce Dickinson. Bryce has that 2020 ride of Jeremy Sexton down low, working down to his inside. But slowly but surely, a little deeper in the field, the Big D machine of Dustin Benton starting to work his way up and towards the front of the field. Jim Revis also back into that 6th position, so Jim may be working his way back up here into this fight at the front as well, as it's door-to-door action here around Bristol Motor Speedway. These drivers not giving up an inch and not backing down from one another, as they are door-to-door, as we just rolled over halfway in and halfway to go here in this one. As Justin Young says, car contact, regardless of clean or unclean, is also known as honey cutting. Did not know that one. Did not know that one. I think that's the first time I think I've ever heard that, Justin. I don't know. I may have to Google that one. But we're going to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite driver as we crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming. Gaming caution flag is going to fly here as we see time for Ralph run into issues here. See if we can take a look back. Ralph trying to hang on now to that 3rd spot as T-Jack and Eddie Farnes both need to get around him. There's a little contact, a couple little shoves there, and that gets tail tagged from the 2020 ride of Philip Sexton. So you can see this 2-ride starting to fade backwards here ever so slightly. Bryce gets a good run, gets to the back end here, trying to push him through the corner, getting him a little loose, getting him a little bent out of shape, but then it's the 2020 ride right there. You take a look at him down low, gets that little bit of a tail whip, and unfortunately that tail whip going to come up the racetrack and just kind of slide into the side of the 2-ride, and then just shows him up the racetrack hard into the outside fence there for Tyrell. As Ralph goes piling into the outside fence, everyone else able to do a great job to avoid him there, keep themselves out of trouble as well. But unfortunately, that will bring out our first caution flag of the day. Let's see if we can jump on board here with Tyrell and see what he's got to deal with here. Going down this back straightaway into corner number 3. What you can do right there, except for hang on and hope for the best, and unfortunately he tore up right front on that number 2 ride. It's Tyrell going to take his car down pit side, going to get some work done to it. He's going to get ready to hop back out there on the Speedway. These drivers are going to get ready to go back to battle here on the Speedway. Just over 20 more laps left to go here this afternoon for drivers to get out, to battle it out, and go to work here this afternoon to really put on a show for us. And it's going to be interesting to see some of these drivers potentially coming down pit side. Now, I'm not sure if they are able to get a fresh set of tires here at Bristol Motor Speedway still or not. I do know that it used to be a big thing. We used to be able able to see drivers come down pit side here at Bristol, put on some tires, and be able to jump back out there onto the Speedway. So we'll have to wait and see if the fresher tires deeper in the field for some of those drivers that were collected there in that first caution flag of the day, if they'll be able to put them to work and see if they can try to put themselves into a winning position here in this one. As out in front, Tyler Jackson getting ready to go back to green flag racing. He's getting ready to duke it out here once again as T-Jack leads the way. Right there to his outside is Eddie Farnes. Farnes chilling there in position number 2, getting ready for a big restart, getting ready to try to work to the outside of that number 8 right. But it does look like we are going to stick with the Delaware final restarts here. So it looks like Tyler Jackson will have that front row all to himself. They're stacked up 2 by 2 back there behind him. And it's quickly the green flag back out into the air here for Tyler Jackson. Dave Morgan says, let's go, Jeremy. Cheer on Jeremy and Sexton out there on the Speedway. Huge out there to Dave coming in, showing along with that like on the street. John Schmidt coming in as well as the heart reaction. How are you? Great Bosch Schmidt coming in, showing along here in this one. Or is that Schmidt? I'm pretty sure it's one or the other. One coming in, showing along. It's Tyler Jackson still out in front as we'll continue here with our Peacemaker Gaming Rank It Up. Bristol Motor Speedway. The Bristol Motor Speedway on dirt here this afternoon is out in front, continuing to lead the way. It is now Eddie Farnes. Farnes at the front of the field, showing these drivers how to get it done here in this one. Tyler Jackson slipping back to position number 2 here on the Speedway. T-Jack gonna have to try to find another groove, another way to try to beat this 21 of Eddie Farnes. Farnes at the front of the field. T-Jack there in second. Jeremy Sexton in position number 3 as Jim Remis back into position number 4 and looking for more. Bryce Dickinson there in 5th with Tyler Brinkford, Ty Dickinson, Dustin Benton, Ty Ralph, Philip Sexton, and Eric Leroy bringing up the rear of the field in the 41. But it's all Eddie Farnes. There's some lap traffic starting to come into play here. Eric L'Oreal not too far in front of our race leaders here as they're going to roll into his back bumper in a quick hurry. The 41 a little bit squirrely there out at quarter number 4. Going to lose more time here to our race leaders. Now, this could play a big role on where these drivers are going to be able to make a move here. If they run into that 41 right, where does he go and where do they go to try to open up a door and try to open up a lane where they can try to put themselves here at the front of the field? This is a 3-car breakaway now at the front of the field. Eddie Farnes, Tyler Jackson, Jeremy Sexton, 1, 2, and 3 there on the Speedway as Jim Revis back here in position number 4 is trying to hunt them down. Bryce Dickinson there in 5th, trying to hang on to that 5th spot as Tyler Brickford looking down low underneath him. Dustin Benton trying to reel in that 07 and the 84 right after going around the ENP Farms Populite Promotions ride of Ty Dickinson as the Sweet Tea Gang right there in the 8th position. Tyrell for the TNT Racing right back there in the 9th spot with Philip Sexton and Eric Leroy just barely getting down low and out of the way here of our race leaders as they quickly roll around him and put him, unfortunately, a lap down. So Tyler Jackson working to the inside lane as Eddie Farnes rolls to the outside. Door to door down into corner number 3. Can T-Jack find the run he's been looking for to try to take this race lead back away from that 21 machine? Will a door be open here for Jeremy Sexton to try to jump up there and make the move around both of them and put that beautiful Tommy Gun Customs Doghouse Racing Sexton paint body right into victory lane? Or can Eddie Farnes and Tyler Jackson keep their respective positions, or can we see a swap here at the front of the field? It's all about to come to a close here in a quick hurry. Is only 4 more laps left to go. That last time by the start-finish line. So 4 more laps for these drivers to duke it out here at Bristol Motor Speedway. It's T-Jack, Tyler Jackson down low, looking to try to find a way to the front of the field. Eddie Farnes, though, trying to keep him back there at bay as Jeremy Sexton, Jim Revis, and Bryce Dickinson and the rest of the field back there in tow. It's Farnes out in front, doing a great job here after taking that race lead away for not giving up anything here for Tyler Jackson to use to his efforts here to try to jump up and take this top spot back away. As we do see some action here as a heavy contact for Ty Dickinson. Heavy damage here on that 67 right. There's the late race caution flag. Caution flag out on the Speedway, as we will see unfortunate breaks here for both Philip Sexton, Tyrell, and Ty Dickinson all off the racetrack, but that's going to set us up for a late race caution flag and a green-white checkered finish here this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hang on to your hats as we're not done yet here in this one, as we'll take a look back and see the contact. The damage here is these 3 drivers, the red and blue-white number 67 right of Ty Dickinson, the 2 of Tyrell, and the 2020 of Philip Sexton, all going to get tied up here in this one. We'll see how this all gets underway as looks like Ty up the racetrack gets a shot in the back bumper there from the number 2, and then they come slamming together into the outside fence, and Ty, unfortunately, heavy contact into that inside fence as well. Let's take another look at it, another angle here, see what we can see what happened here between these drivers, these competitors out here on the speedways. Watch this 67 ride. Coming up the racetrack here, he kind of slides up ever so slightly. A big run coming out of Ty Ralph as Ty's trying to hang on to that car. Ralph is just going to give him a shot right there into that little bit of a left rear, left quarter panel, and unfortunately, it just kind of jacks that car up, spins him down the speedway here, bounces off the 2020 right of Philip Sexton, then him and the 2 coming together again, heavy contact into that outside fence, and then you watch the 67 down the racetrack hard into that inside fence as well. Heavy damage there for Ty, heavy damage for the 2 of Ty Ralph as both drivers. Pretty significant contact, pretty significant damage for both of those cats out there on the speedway. Let's see if we can jump on board here with Ty Dickinson and see what he can see from the cockpit as he's standing to the corner trying to follow in line behind that number 34. There's the contact, and unfortunately that's as quickly as it happened. Quickly, that's how a night can go from pretty good to pretty bad out there on the Speedway. Tough break for Ty, tough break for Tyrell, and tough break for Philip Sexton as well. And this one may be a tough break for Eddie Farnes. Farnes is going to have to hope for a great restart and a great jump here to try to keep Tyler Jackson and Jeremy Sexton back there at bay. Jim Revis and Bryce Dickinson, though, are both going to get reeled right back in to this fight here at the front of the field. Same with Tyler Breakford and Dustin Benton, who are looking to try to work their way inside the top 5. Now, I do believe with the laps being down to virtually only a couple laps left to go, I'm not sure if we're going to stack them up 2 by 2 by 2, or if we're going to see these drivers go single file here for this green, white, checkered here this afternoon. This is going to be fun. This is going to be interesting to see, as Justin says, trust me, it's def a thing. It's def a thing. I don't know, brother. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we might have to set a poll here. Has anyone ever heard the term honey cutting for making contact clean or unclean out there on the Speedway? I just call it clean or unclean racing, or contact or no contact, or coincidental contact. I don't know about honey cutting. I don't know about that one. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard that one. So that one's kind of up in the air for me. It's Eddie Farnes, Tyler Jackson, 1 and 2 here on the Speedway, going to get ready for what could be our final restart of the afternoon. Is down at a quarter number 4, and quickly getting a big jump is our race leader, Eddie Farnes. Quickly launches down the front straightaway. Farnes looking to try to use that to his advantage, keep that gap between him and Tyler Jackson as he looks to keep the Alpha Shark back there at bay. Quickly though, T-Jack right back to his rear bumper here, less than a car length between the two of them, as we do see that white flag flying, this time by the start finish line. One more lap left to go here this afternoon. Farnes and Jackson looking to duke it out here for the race win. We saw T-Jack almost take away heat race number 2 on the final lap. Can he get it done here in this feature event? His door-to-door out at quarter number 4. Drag race back to the line. Oh, baby, another close one. And I think it's Eddie Farnes. I do believe Eddie Farnes able to hang on and beat the 8 rider Tyler Jackson back down across the line, and he can see the ecstatic he is, man. He is absolutely pumped. We'll take a look here at the official results from iRacing, and yes, it is the number 21 picking up the win here, 0.017 seconds. That finishing order there between him and Tyler Jackson. So less than 0.2 of a second between first and second here on the Speedway. It's Eddie Farnes picking up the win. Tyler Jackson coming home in second, and Jeremy Sexton there in position number 3. But it's all Eddie Farnes here in this one, as we'll get ready to pull our top 3 up and into the broadcast booth here for some post-race interviews. They get lined up for their post-race photos here at Bristol Motor Speedway. The 21 of Eddie Farnes picking up a big win. But give a huge shout out right there as well to Mr. Tyler Jackson, as T-Jack almost getting it done not once but twice here tonight with those last lap passes for the win. He came oh so close to getting it done here in this one. Unfortunately, has to settle again for a second place finish. At least this one was a little bit more of a gap than what we saw there in heat race number 2. What a run and what a drive, as Just Vimps is a nice looking 4 for you, Mr. Jim Revis. A great run right there for grumpy old Jim there as he comes home in position number 4, man. A great run, great drive for him. I was hoping to see Jim back up here into the broadcast booth. I'm sure he wanted to be back up here as well. Same with Bryce Dickinson rounding out our top 5. Dustin Benton back there in 6 with Tyler Breakford, Ty Ralph, Eric L'Oreal, Philip Sexton, and Ty Dickinson bringing up the rear of the field here in this one, man. A great run and a great piece of driving by each and every one of these drivers, but it's all Eddie Farnes here this afternoon, who's able to pick up the win, and we'll pull him right up and into the broadcast booth. Hey, Eddie, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy?
I do.
Eddie, man, what a run, what a race. Take us back through this one, man. A lot of great battling, a lot of elbows up out there on the speedway as you, Tyler Jackson, Jeremy Sexton, and that two-a-tight Ralph, man, duked it out here all evening long for the win this afternoon. But it came down to those couple final laps out there on the speedway, that green-white checkered finish, and you're able to just barely hold off that hard-charging number 8 right at Tyler Jackson.
Yeah, I typically don't like this place. I'm gonna start off with that, and when I saw 50 laps, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a long one, and I didn't really want to jump out front that early, but I found that bottom quick on the start, and the laps started clicking off, so I kind of just went with it, and then there was that one incident. I think it was netcode, but I got into the tie there a little bit and uh, backed off so he could collect it, and T-Jack caught us, and it was on from there, and it was, most races around here can get pretty boring if single files out, but that was not one of them. There was no time to relax in that one.
Absolutely no time to relax, no time to just get settled in and try to, hitting your marks and everything else, man. You're constantly trying to move around the racetrack, find that speed, or maybe take those lanes away from the drivers back there behind you trying to hunt you down. And right there, man, for a lot of laps, we see T-Jack hounding you. We see Jeremy Sexton right there, Bryce Dickinson, the two-a-tie Ralph, man. Take us back through some of that action as we saw you guys 2-3 wide out there on the speedway battling for the win here in this one. And how does it feel to be able to come out on top and be in that top driver here of the evening and park in that 21 right back up in victory lane?
It feels great. Like the last time I ran, I was on the podium, so just jumped up a few spots. Feels good, but no, that race was interesting. Like I said, I ran the bottom those first few laps, and then Tyler and Ty got around me, and they kind of stayed to that bottom. So I started searching around. I found that middle groove, that slider line, and it worked. It was quick. Finally got around T-Jack, and then he started searching around. He was running the top and 1 and 2 better than anyone else. He was catching me at big time off of 2, but yeah, there was a lot of searching tonight. I was actually kind of surprised. It wasn't the typical single file Bristol race you see, so I was glad to see that, and it was fun. I knew Tyler wasn't going to race me dirty. I raced with him quite a bit. I know Jeremy's also a good racer, so I wasn't worried about that aspect of it. And I really, honestly, even though I was getting past, I didn't want to see that caution at the end. I wanted to race with Tyler there because he threw that slider going into 3, and I was hoping I could cross him back over, but I mean, it could have gone badly for me. So maybe I am glad the caution came out, but in the end, we were able to hold on, and I got a good start, but Tyler killed it on the bottom there in 1 and 2 and caught me, and it was a hold your breath till the finish line because I didn't know who got it.
Absolutely, definitely a hold your breath moment right there as you two come out of corner number 4, door to door, and drag race back to the start finish line. You're able to use that middle lane momentum and just barely by a couple inches put yourself back up and into victory lane. Eddie, man, a great run, a great drive, and a hell of a finish here this afternoon with the Dirt Clash Super Street Series Friday Night Lights. Eddie, who'd you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here this afternoon?
Mainly all my real life stuff: Mountain View Plumbing, DOA Pro Wrestling, Cedarscape, Spreading Pet Grooming, amazing graphics and embroidery. I just all put them on my car. My wife for putting up with me doing this. I haven't been on in a while, but she still puts up with a lot, so I always got to thank her. It's been a while since I've ran this, so Dustin for welcoming me back, and yeah, I had a lot of fun tonight, and you for putting on the broadcast.
Absolutely, brother. It's always my pleasure, especially when we get to see you guys duke it out like that and have finishes down across the line just by a couple tenths of a second, man. That was a heck of a race, heck of a fun time out there on the Speedway, and we hope to see you back out here next Friday for our next race here with the Friday Night Lights.
Yes, sir. Try to be there.
Beauty. Enjoy the rest of your evening and don't party too hard down there in Victory Lane.
All right, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for Eddie Farnes. Farnes picking up the checkered flag here in this one. Heck of a run and a heck of a drive there for the 21 Machinist. Coming home in that second spot, the 8 rider, Tyler Jackson. T-Jack coming home in position number 2. We're going to get ready to pull T-Jack up here into the broadcast booth for his post-race interview.
Different.
Hey, Tyler, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
Hey, what's up, Aaron?
Not much, Tyler, man. Another close one here for you. We saw that time differential 0-0-0 across the board there for heat race number 2. A absolute photo finish there in that one. And then you come out here having yourself a great run, showing a lot of speed, battling for this race lead for multiple laps there with Eddie Farnes and Ty Ralph and Jeremy Sexton. And then all of a sudden, that green-white checkered opens up the door for you to once again try to make that move. You get the run you're looking for to work back down low underneath of Eddie, and you guys go door to door and drag race back across the line. Unfortunately, you end up losing this one by a little bit more than the heat race, but still, 2/100ths of a second, just under 2/100ths of a second between you and the checkered flag here this afternoon.
Yeah, I have like a love-hate relationship with this track because I really like racing. It's a lot of fun, but whenever you're leading, man, it's the draft comes in so big here that you can never get away from anybody. So yeah, the heat race just I don't know, just could never shake Ty loose, and then yeah, coming to the line there, I wanted to pinch him up so he didn't have a good exit, but I didn't want to put him in a wall. Um, yeah, and then the feature, I was just kind of riding and felt like I was keeping the car a lot straighter than Eddie and Ty Ralph, and I just figured I'd follow whoever was leading, and kept doing that and kept doing that with like I think it was like 3 to go, or maybe it was even 2 to go. I finally made my move and threw a slider going into 3, and as soon as I threw it, the caution came out and it gave it to Eddie, and I pretty much knew we were probably done then. And then he got a really good restart. Got a good jump on me, and then my only hope was just to run the bottom a couple laps, and yeah, it came close at the end. And same thing as the heat, like you go in there, and I don't think I could even thrown a slider. I mean, if I would have thrown a slider, I probably would have had to hit the apron, and I would have hit the apron and probably went straight up in the wall or wrecked him. And we don't want to wreck anybody, so yeah, came in second twice tonight, two losses in a row. So that's a tough one, stinging tonight.
Yeah, 2 losses in a row, and they're not like they're major losses. It's not like you were a couple car lengths back there and really didn't have an opportunity at it. It was just that little tiny bit, those fractions of a second, and you end up losing both the heat race and this feature event, man. But still a heck of a run and a heck of a performance from you all evening long, man. Who's like to thank for another great run and another classic T-Jack finish here this afternoon?
Oh yeah, all the guys at Black Diamond Mafia, CFM Esports, Majula Say Speed Shop, shopfergie22.com, Tommy Gun Customs with this cool looking wrap. I think we're gonna do some more work with him. Gonna give him some speed secrets, and he's gonna give me some paints. So that'll be a good partnership going forward. And then you for putting the broadcast on, Dustin, all the guys putting the league on. Who else we got here? I guess that's about it. Next week we're going down to we're flying down to Charlotte and watching the World Finals, so we'll miss next week. But be cheering on Chris Ferguson and all the real life guys, and probably tune in Saturday morning and check out who won this deal next week.
Absolutely, brother. Well, we look forward to seeing you back in a couple weeks' time for our championship race, and we can't wait to see you back out there on the Speedway, man. Congrats on a great run. Congrats on a great race here this afternoon, man, and have some fun down there in Charlotte, man. Buy me something nice. I'll take a nice Fergie sweater or something, ship it up my way. I'm just kidding. I'm joshing with you, but have some fun down there, brother. We can't wait to see you back out on the racetrack.
Yeah, man. Let me know your size. We'll pick you something off there. There's always some good clearance racks. We can get you a little gag gift or something. But yeah, really looking forward to the 100 lapper. I think that'll really play into my wheelhouse with the way I drive the car. So I think the 100 lapper Eldora will be a lot of fun, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Absolutely, brother. We look forward to seeing you there. Have fun, good luck, and hopefully we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth to finish off the season.
Yeah, and congrats to Dale. He did a really good job, and Jeremy on finishing third.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Tyler Jackson, T-Jack, coming home there in position number 2. A great run and a great drive there for the 822 machine here this afternoon as we'll get ready to pull in our third place finisher, the 2020 ride of Jeremy Sexton. Hey, Jeremy, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth taking a copy.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Jeremy, man, a great run, a great drive here for you as you were able to kind of work yourself a little bit through the field there, battling tough with, Jim Revis, Bryce Dickinson there for quite a little while. Then you were able to kind of get a little extra room here after that first restart and able to kind of jump up in a little three-car pack and a little three-car battle here for the race lead. And you're right there, ready to try to make some moves, trying to figure out a way not only to get around Tyler Jackson, but how to get around Eddie Farnes here to put yourself into the winner's circle, but you got to settle in for a very solid third place run.
Yes, sir. It was pretty fun. Tyler had told me today before the race, make sure and try to follow somebody because I've only raced here one time prior, and said the draft was pretty dependent. So once I could get in line, I just tried to make sure and stay there unless I had a clear spot to try to make a slider or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely trying to use that draft, trying to use that little bit of momentum that it can produce down the straightaways where it kind of sucks you into the car in front of you and gives that extra little bit of a burst, that extra little bit of speed where you can try to throw those big slide jumps or those big runs on the outside groove, trying to find that momentum to get to the outside of somebody here. And we saw that all night long when, D-Jack was trying to move around, trying some different lines. You were right there to trying to fill the gaps and try to take those spots away from him as he continued to look to his outside or down low and just trying to run kind of where he wasn't there late in this race to try to put yourself one spot better and maybe be able to go after our race leader.
Yeah, I was honestly just trying to follow him and learn from him because he's so good, obviously. And um, then him and Farnes started battling out real tight, and I had to check up a few times. I was like, well, I'll go where he's not just to make sure I don't make any contact, because I didn't want to mess anybody's race up. So honestly, just trying to go to school per se and learn from him and hopefully be better next time I see the place.
Absolutely, brother. That's all you can do here on a fun night like Friday Night Lights is jump out there, learn a little bit, trying to get that experience, put some notes into the book, and use it towards, one of these other races, whether or not it's back again here at the DCSSS with the Monday Night All-Stars or the Spin the Wheel Series or, any of these other races that we see, and especially with these Dirt Street Slugs. Having that extra little bit of knowledge, that extra little bit of know-how, it definitely helps pay off, especially when you're following and learning from a guy like Tyler Jackson and Eddie Farnes out there on the Speedway who've been around the simulator for a long time. They've got a lot of laps and a lot of wins under their belts.
Oh, definitely, man. I'm not I'd like to run better than third, obviously, but running third to those two guys is nothing to be upset about at the end of the day. Just happy to be able to come in here and have a good time, and everybody raced real nice and seemed to be overall fun, and surely it was a good viewing for your spectators at home watching those guys battle it out.
Absolutely, definitely a great show here all evening long as he has put on a heck of a show and a heck of a race for us. Jeremy, who would you like to thank for a great run and a great performance here this afternoon yourself?
I'd like to thank God first and foremost, because without him we wouldn't be able to do any of this, obviously, and Dustin for putting the league on, you for doing the amazing broadcast, raced on other ones, and this is hands down superior. Like to thank my son Jacob and my brother Philip. We race together a lot. Michael Olson, Taylor Pratt races with us a good bit now. T-Jack helped me prior to this race tonight. Probably wouldn't have run near as good without him giving me a few pointers. 5-6 graphics. Also Tommy Gunn Customs. They both do cars for me and they do an amazing job. Both great people, do great work. My wife dealing with me on here all the time, and everybody that makes this whole deal function.
Absolutely, brother. Well, a great run and a great job by you here this afternoon as you park it in that third and final podium position. Jeremy, we can't wait to see it back out there on the racetrack either Monday night for some of those spin the wheel races that me and Dustin are going to be doing, or back out here next Friday for our penultimate race and see if you can try to get a couple spots better and maybe put yourself up and into victory lane, especially with Tyler Jackson not going to be here for the next race. May open up that door for possible 2020 win here in this season of the Friday Night Lights.
Yes, sir. That'd be nice to get one before it's over with for sure. And if I miss Michael Olson, I don't want to miss him. I don't know if I rattled his name off or not. He helps us a ton as well and become a great friend of ours.
Beauty. Yeah. Well, great run, great drive there, Jeremy. We can't wait to see you back out there, brother. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, man. You have a good night.
Yes, you do. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Jeremy Sexton. As Jeremy coming home there in position number 3. A great run and a great drive there for the number 2020 ride of Jeremy Sexton. A great run and a great performance all night long by these drivers, by these competitors, as they duked it out lap after lap after lap there on the Speedway, putting on a heck of a show and a heck of a race for us here all evening long. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's going to do it for us here in this one, but we will be back live in about 40 minutes from now as we will be jumping back onto the simulator. We'll be back up here in the broadcast booth, and we'll be putting on another good show for you here later on this evening as the MNT series will get underway. They will get ready to go to battle for race number 8 of their series. So make sure you guys tune into that one. Make sure you guys come back in and show the love for race number 2 here on this Friday afternoon, as we will see you guys all back here in about 40 minutes from now. But thank you all for watching. Thank you all for tuning in. Any of the likes, the comments, the shares, I appreciate each and every single one of you. Any of the new followers or subscribers, welcome to the Peacemaker family. Welcome to the Peacemaker crew. And any of our star senders or, paid subscribers, paid members that came in as well, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I appreciate your support here on the channel. And I will catch you guys back here for the next one. As Tyler Jackson says, not good enough tonight, brother. We feel that pain. We feel that pain. Eddie Furnace as well. Shout out to him coming in with that like on the stream as well. T-Jack coming in, showing the love here in this one as well. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.
Engine roars, dirt fires, dust in my eyes. Adrenaline hits fast, life blurs spinning past. Bleachers packed, cheering loud, revving engines proud. Under lights we race, feel the earth's embrace. Friday night, fight the night, tires body gripping tight. Victory slipping sights, under the lights we ignite. Burning rubber speed thrills, blood cold, my spine chills. Raging hearts, dark nights, racers chasing lights. Spinning out, crash, you crawl, life on the edge, one call. Rectify the fall, under the lights stand tall. Friday night, fight the night, tires body gripping tight. Victory slipping sights, under the lights we ignite. Burning rubber speed thrills, blood cold, my spine chills. Raging hearts, dark nights, racers chasing lights. Friday night, fight